I used to think I was good at arranging music because I knew all the basics, right? Like the 8-bar rule, creating contrast, using tension and release, but my arrangements still didn't feel quite like the professional ones. It came down to one simple thing I was missing, and now I use it in every single track I make. So in this video, I'll show you what it is and why it works so well as a simple framework so you can actually implement it into your own music. So, what are we even talking about? We're talking about a technique which I'm going to show you 2 examples of. So I want you to pay attention to how the arrangement feels. Let's do this.
Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop.
Okay, notice how that felt. Now I'm going to show you the second example. So did you feel that shift, that moment when the track suddenly feels different? That's something that most professional producers use all the time, but almost nobody talks about it. It's called a B section. It's the part that contrasts the rest of the track, and once you start using it, your arrangements stop feeling like just loops and start feeling like actual stories. But how do you actually make a B section? Good question. Today I'm going to show you B sections in 3 levels of complexity and a framework you can implement for each of them. Alright, we're going to use the whiteboard for this. I recently moved into this new place and it came with this whiteboard, so fuck it, why not? Let's use it. So first of all, level 1. The simplest way to apply this is to just make a breakdown. So you have a high energy section and then a low energy section. And then you might even have that repeat. So these big squares are the drops and these small squares are the breakdowns. And the way you actually achieve this is by taking out the low elements, like the kick and the bass line. Here's a quick example.
Let's get paranoid.
Taking out the lows is the most impactful because bass is what grounds the track. And actually, remember this for later because we're going to come back to it. But this alone won't make your track stand out. Let's level up. So, level 2. This contrast is already decent because we can tell the sections apart. But what if you got something like this? See, now it becomes much easier to spot them. This is a new element that happens only during the B sections and nowhere else, and it creates much more contrast. And let me show you an example in the DAW. So I'm going to show you my track called Popovich U City, which is actually released right now with a label, so you know this works. And this is what the main drop sounds like. And something you're going to be able to notice all throughout this arrangement is that there's this element which appears only during the breakdown sections of the track. It appears here as well. It becomes the main focus of the track just for this breakdown. And then becomes much more filtered out. And the breakdown is also the perfect moment to introduce some more ambient and textural effects. And I really love to use that to add some storytelling into my tracks. So I'm talking about something like this. So my track is called Frankenstein, and that's why I'm using these kinds of effects. You know, electricity, high voltage, because I really just want to paint this sonic image for the listener and introduce that storytelling aspect in there. And unfortunately, most producers stop here. And that makes me very sad because this is where things get really interesting. It's time to level up again. So we've covered this, breakdowns. We've covered this, adding a new element. But what if your track felt more like this? What if the B section felt completely new? Of course, we still have those new elements that come in that differentiate the track, but this is just completely different. The contrast is huge. Now, instead of feeling just like, oh, something changed, this turns the track into an actual story. So how do we do this? Well, do you remember what I told you about the bass? Bass grounds the track. It's the root of the track. It's what holds it all together. So once you change the bass, everything changes. So it's simple. We just need to make another pattern for the bass and take it from there. Let me show you an example of how this feels. But with that being said, how do you actually come up with a B section for the bass? Well, let me show you. I'm going to walk you through how I create a B section for the bass in real time. So let's come back to the Frankenstein track for a minute and let's listen to it. This is what it sounds like. And this is the bass line. And thing is, B sections can be a little bit intimidating. Like, what? Do you just want me to create a completely new pattern, just pull it out of my ass and still have it be completely coherent with the rest of the track? Well, no, I don't want you to pull it out of your ass. That would be disgusting. I actually want to propose a different workflow for you. So we can take what we've already got and expand on it. So here's the idea, right? If the original bass was fast and snappy, in the B section, it should be slow and sustained. Or the other way around. If originally it was slow, in the B section, it should be fast. Or if the bass was super low, now it needs to be higher up. We just need to make it contrast somehow. Something needs to feel starkly, vastly different. So, knowing this, let me ask myself, what is my bass line currently like? It's very fast, very plucky, and very dynamic. So, how can I expand on this existing thing to make it less like it is right now, less fast, less plucky, less dynamic, and maybe make it slower, more sustained? Well, there's a very simple way to do that, actually. You can just press the X2 button. Here's what that sounds like. And this just makes the pattern twice as long. So this makes it slower, longer, more sustained. And now it's honestly just a case of tweaking the notes and trying to emphasize what you actually want from the pattern. So let me try that. Let's make some notes longer. Maybe you can delete this one. Ooh, I kind of like that. Let's try to have that rhythm repeat. Cool. Now let's actually hear the contrast going from the A section to the B section. Frankenstein. And that's already something we can work with. With this, we don't have to come up with something completely new from scratch. We just take what we already have and just make it different, make it contrast. So if you like the way I explained this today, here's what I want you to do. Go to the description and book a call with me. We're going to talk about where you're currently getting stuck with music and where you want to get to. And we're basically going to make a game plan for you for absolutely free. So click the link below right now to do that. And yeah, I'll see you soon.